If you look around a company and notice that one department is almost entirely the same race, gender, or ethnic background as its department leader, while the broader organization is more diverse, it's worth examining how hiring decisions are being made in that function, especially if the company presents itself as an equal opportunity employer. For example, you might observe a US-based company where a marketing team led by a Latina executive predominantly hires and promotes Latina women, or an IT department led by an Indian executive who mainly hires or sponsors Indian men in the US. One possible explanation is what psychology calls similarity bias. It's the natural tendency people of all backgrounds have to favor others who feel familiar to them, people who look like them, sound like them, or share similar cultural backgrounds. Here are 4 ways similarity bias can show up in hiring. 1. The hiring manager heavily relies on candidate referrals from their personal network. When leaders rely primarily on their personal networks to fill roles, and those networks are demographically similar to themselves, the candidate pool often mirrors that demographic makeup. Qualified candidates from other backgrounds may never be considered simply because the role wasn't broadly promoted or posted. 2. The hiring manager extends interview invitations to a pool of demographically similar candidates. If most candidates invited to interview share the hiring manager's race, gender, or cultural background, while equally qualified candidates are filtered out earlier, bias may be influencing who gets considered. 3. The hiring manager has unequal evaluation standards depending on the interview candidate. Candidates who feel familiar in race, gender, or culture may receive more grace, softer questioning, or benefit of the doubt, while others face higher scrutiny for the same role. 4. The hiring manager overuses lack of culture fit as justification for not hiring someone. When fit becomes a vague or subjective reason for dismissing a candidate, rather than a clear assessment of skills and experience, it can justify hiring people who resemble the decision maker. Similarity bias is often unintentional, but when it repeatedly influences hiring decisions, it can exclude qualified talent, limit diverse perspectives, and signal who belongs and who doesn't. Over time, capable candidates may stop applying or expressing interest when employment patterns seem to favor candidates with certain characteristics. In some cases, leaders may believe they are correcting past inequities when they intentionally hire candidates from certain demographics, but replacing one form of exclusion with another doesn't create fairness. It simply shifts who is left out. For leaders who want to operate as true equal opportunity employers, 1. Post roles transparently so all qualified candidates can access opportunities. 2. Use structured interviews with consistent criteria applied to all candidates. 3. Include decision makers from various backgrounds. And lastly, follow me for more workplace psychology insights.